Okay, here is a simple question for you to try out, and I have also provided two variation of solution for this. So the question is, write a NSChat program to accept somebody's name and display greeting as follows. So basically, the program has to accept somebody's name. You type any name, it can be, and then on the screen it should display hello and the name that was accepted here, and the exclamation mark to come there. Okay, so this is that's what this is saying. The name of the person is the name accepted from the user. So if you do this flow in a chart again, you can put a different name and then that name should appear. So this is not a fixed name. It could be any name that is given at the time the NS chart being dry run. Okay, so let's check with that. Take a little time and see whether you can do this on your own before watching the rest of the video. So in the rest of the next part, I'm trying to give you some idea about two versions of this. Okay, so let's start. As you know, every NS chart should have a start and an end to indicate the beginning and the end. So this is the start. Then we are going to accept a name from the user. So if you just accept the name from the keyboard without any indication to the user, it will be very difficult for the user to know that they are supposed to do something. So that is why it is always better to give a prompt or a message like this. So as we know, the show command displays whatever that is within the double quotes. So this will say enter your name. So when this message comes on the screen, the user will be able to get an idea that the computer is waiting for somebody to type in a name. Okay, so that's why we're giving a message first. Then get name is the command that is going to take the name. This word name here is a variable. So get is a command, which is show is a command to show something on the screen. Get is a command that is going to accept something from the keyboard from the user. Now whatever that is accepted, we are going to store it in a variable. So the variable name we have given here as the name. This can be ABC or X or Y or anything, but I just use the variable name called name. Okay, it can be any name, any variable, it doesn't matter. So in this case, I have just used the name itself as the variable. Then in the next part, so now in our exercise, we need to accept a name. So we are given a message so to indicate the user that the computer is waiting for a name, and using this command, we are accepting whatever that the user will type in and put that into the variable called name. And then on the end, we are supposed to put a greeting on the screen, right? So use the show statement, because show statement is what allows you to put something on the screen, and there is hello within double quotes, and there is a space here. Okay, note that there is a space here just to get a gap between the word hello and the actual name. So whatever that is accepted into the name is being used here, and we are using this plus, and as you know in alphanumeric, the plus sign is to concatenate or join. So with the word hello and a space, the name, whatever the name the user typed in will get added, join to that, and we join also a space and an exclamation mark. So, and we show that. So that means the greeting comes with the hello, whatever the name, plus the exclamation mark. And that's the end of it. Okay, so let's just dry run this and go through this and see. So now if you need to dry run this, as you know in our previous things we went through in the NS chart startup, whenever you have a show statement, you need a screen. So we will have a screen to display. So this is the monitor or the screen that you're using in your computer. And then whenever there is a get statement with a variable name, we need a place to store that. So this is the name. So this is the name variable. So whatever that the user types in will be going into this variable called name. And we are now done. Then we have show. So for show already we have a screen, so no problem. So the show statement will utilize the screen and show something. The get statement will accept from the keyboard, and when you accept from the keyboard, it will be typed on the screen, and that value will be taken and put into the variable called name, because get, and we are putting it into name. And then we are using this show again to show, and then it's named. So let's start through and just dry run this once. You start, this is the beginning, so nothing happens, it's just an indication of the start, and this is just an indication of the end. Okay, so now we are here. Always, as we know, NSChat goes from top to bottom unless there is a loop or a condition. So in this case, there are no loops and there is no condition, only processes are there one after the other. So it will go start from the beginning and go one by one until the end is reached. So we start, and then we go to the next line, which says show enter your name. So the show statement always shows something what on the screen. So in this case, we have enter your name within double quotes. So the word enter your name gets displayed on the screen. And notice the double quotes are not displayed because that is just an indication of the beginning of the end of your text. So for the NSChat, so the NSChat knows what has to be displayed is whatever that is within the double quotes. So enter your name is displayed. So after this line is done, we go to the next line, which is get name. So the get name is the command to accept something from the keyboard. So basically the computer is now waiting. So if you just wait for an hour even, nothing will happen. It will just wait like that. Basically the computer is waiting. Waiting, it is patiently waiting until you type something and press enter generally. So let's assume once it's waiting here, since the message is available on the screen, the user gets an idea that they are supposed to enter a name. So they will type the name on the keyboard, and let's say we type James Franco and press enter. So the moment you enter, that word or the whatever that is typed in here will be accepted and taken into a variable called name, which is this one. So as soon as you press enter, that will come in here. Okay, so now this line is now done. Then you go to the next line, and in the next line, show. So that means something has to be shown on the screen. So what do we show? Whatever that is, remember, whatever that is in double quotes is a constant, which means exactly whatever within that will be displayed. So in this case, hello will be displayed and a space will be there, and to that it will join name. Now the name is not within double quotes, so this is, we are talking about the variable, which means this variable name. So the name variable contains James Franco, so that will be replaced here. So you will get hello James Franco, and then to that we are joining an exclamation mark with a space. So there will be a space and an exclamation mark. So this show statement will display just like that. So a greeting, hello, because of this, name is James Franco, name contains James Franco, so that part is done. And then to that we are joining the exclamation mark, so the exclamation mark also comes in. So we are done with that. Then we go to the next one. So this flowchart answers the question that we asked you at the beginning. Write a NSChat program to accept a name and put a greeting saying hello and giving the name. So this is the NSChat program. So I have also done another version just to show that this can be done in different ways. Okay, both are okay. Whichever way you think is okay with you is fine. So let's go to the next method. In this one, so another look. Here we are going to do it slightly different. Again, start is there. Enter your name to accept a name, and you use a variable to get that name. Okay, just same as the previous one. But this time, instead of printing directly, we are joining hello and the name that is typed in here with the exclamation mark and storing into another variable called greeting. Okay, so we have a variable called name and we also have a variable called greeting. So the greeting variable will get the word hello plus whatever name that is typed in here, because that's a variable, and join the exclamation mark and it will go on to the word greeting, the variable greeting. And then we are showing greeting. So in the previous one, we directly showed this here. In this flowchart, we are NSChat, we are joining this, putting into a variable and showing that variable. And then that's the end of it. So in this case, we have the screen. We have a screen for the show command. Get is a variable, so name is there. Plus we have another variable called greeting, so we need that also to try on this. So let's start off. Start, beginning, nothing happens there, just the beginning of this NSChat. Then you go to the next one. enter your name, show enter your name. So that displays on the screen, and then we go to the next line, and now the computer is waiting for you to type something and press enter. So you type, let's say the same name and enter. It will be accepted by the variable called name. That means this one. Okay, so it will come here. Then you go to the next line. So in the next line, we are not again displaying, we are just adding them. Hello and name. Name is James Franco, right? Name is James Franco. So that is concatenated to exclamation mark. So these three things are concatenated. So hello, James Franco, and exclamation mark gets stored in the variable called greeting. So as soon as this executes, this line executes, you will find that coming here. Why? Because of this statement. We concatenate this and store it in greeting. Right? So now this line is done. Now we go to the next line. Now in this line, we say show greeting. Now if we had double quotes around greeting, you will see the word greeting coming in. But there is no double quotes, so this is referring to the variable. So what does the variable greeting contains? Hello, James Franco, and exclamation mark. So when you say show greeting, that is what is going to come onto the screen. Right? And then we go to the end. So the outcome of both NS charts I have shown you are the same. Only thing is, this is using a variable and then showing the variable. In the previous one, we directly printed this without putting that into another variable. Just to show you a different version, I have done this. So until we come with another NS chart, you go through this, and if there's some problem, please put it in the group. Thank you very much.